Thank you for shouting that from afar. I appreciate it. Linda Cohn is with us. Linda, how are you?
Fabulous. Great to see you.
It's great to see you. You're down here slumming it.
Not really.
No?
Listen closely to Linda Cohn. Podcast, visuals, videos,
Hey,
audio,
I know.
working hard.
We talked to SVP and Rosillo earlier, and I said, hey, the one thing I know about ESPN, they ain't afraid to work you.
You're right.
You know.
It's a well-oiled machine.
It is. They get their money's worth out of you.
Right,
They're not
they
afraid
do.
to make you.
But you know what? Isn't it great? Do you really want to be anywhere else? You don't have to answer that. I don't. I'm from New York. This is great.
Yeah.
And also, I'm doing some radio stuff for ESPN 98.7 FM, so I'm doing a lot of Ranger games. So I went to 2 Yankee Stadium games this week, outdoor hockey. So combining those two things, listen closely to Linda Cohn and doing some radio stuff, it's all good.
Yeah, it is. Trust me. It beats a cold day like today. Not bad sitting in a warm place rambling on about sports, right?
But it's not really that cold, is it? I mean, come on.
I went to school in upstate New York, so
you can handle it then.
But I also lived in Vegas. I said this to Larry Fitzgerald earlier because he said he was from Michigan, or from Minnesota originally. He said, the cold doesn't bother me. I said, I don't know. The cold gene goes away pretty fast. You live in the desert for a little bit.
I could see it.
Yeah, it does happen.
So you don't miss it.
The cold?
Yeah.
Well, I live in Kansas City now, so I'm back in it.
Right.
So I have it, but it's all right.
All right, enough about you.
You tolerate it. Yeah, let's talk about you.
It's your show. We can always hear about you. It's your show.
That's right. More about you.
Right.
More about you. So tell me about doing. So you're doing Ranger games? I didn't know that.
I'm doing, intermission host, pre and post game stuff. But I'm really here, especially I'm really excited about this podcast I'm doing. Listen closely to Linda Cohn. Available on ESPNRadio.com/PodCenter.
What do you do on
the whole deal. It's me. It's you. It's my personality. I interview people. I have fun. I have a sarcastic take on everything.
Right. I think I knew you were from New York.
But now you really know.
Oh, but when I watch you on SportsCenter, I don't hear it as much. Is it because you're back in New York that you kicked into New York mode?
No.
Because right now I think you sound like you're from New York.
This is how I sound when someone downloads my podcast. This is how I sound when I'm on the radio. This is my New York accent. Yeah. This is Linda Cohn. This is it. Here's what I do. I've always done this. When I'm on SportsCenter and any other thing that I've done where I have to not use my accent.
Right.
Let me
hear the SportsCenter.
Okay, it's simple because a college professor gave me the best advice to lose my accent. Yeah. Open your mouth wider when you speak and talk slower. If you do those two things, you will lose your accent.
That's pretty good.
So that's good, and that's what I've always learned because, listen, I would have been fired within the first week if this New York accent came out as soon as I got hired at ESPN. Are you kidding me?
So tips to anybody in KC that wants to do a New York accent.
Yes.
Just keep your teeth close together.
No, if they want to lose their Kansas. Does Kansas City have an accent?
No, in fact, when I went to school, they had me stand up and talk because they said, this guy, the Midwest guy, because I went to Syracuse, I was from Kansas City.
Yes.
They said, this guy's the guy who talks the right way. You need to talk like him.
Wow, that's a compliment.
I thought.
A lot of pressure.
Trust me, I was the nerd who had a cow in my backyard, according to everybody in school.
But you really didn't.
I did not.
Okay,
no,
nothing wrong with cows.
Yeah, no. The suburbs of Kansas City look a lot like the suburbs of Jersey, Rows and rows of houses and, nice place to grow up.
Happy people.
Yes.
I bet you it's easier to drive in Kansas City than New Jersey. Not a big fan of driving in New Jersey.
As opposed to New York?
Yes. New York is great. No issues. Signs are everywhere. New Jersey, it's a crapshoot. There's like a million signs that are going nowhere where you need to go. Then they have to go around in circles a few times.
Right.
You get off a wrong exit, you're done for a half hour.
See,
you may never return.
As a New Yorker bringing up New Jersey, you said, it's crap. I thought you were just going to stop right there.
For you, because I know you have a nice radio program. I don't want to get you fired or off the air.
No, never. That's my boss right there. Yeah, so I'm good.
Oh, so don't get him fired. I'm trying to soften my language.
Yeah, no, we're good.
He's not even listening. It's okay.
No, trust me. He's a million miles away. You picked up on that right away.
I'm a good barometer of people.
So let me ask you, how much has ESPN changed since you've been there? When was your first year there?
Oh, my goodness. You ready?
Yeah.
1992.
92.
So what are we talking? 21 years.
Yeah, 21
July of 92.
21 years. And at that time there was what, 1, 2 buildings?
There was basically really that. There's really 2. You're
and
right,
now
I
haven't been there in a long, long time.
Now it's a whole campus. I mean, and you always can equate it. People like to ask me, what's ESPN in Bristol like? And it is. It's like a college campus. Not only has like a million buildings and land and this and that, But we're all sort of like college students, you
Right.
know. We're all like in it together, and there's a good camaraderie with all of us, and it's fun. Hey, we're like you and your job. You're talking sports.
No, there's no camaraderie. We have no camaraderie now. There's
Did you
none
hear that?
whatsoever.
There's no camaraderie.
Yeah, no camaraderie whatsoever. Do you mark time by how many buildings were there?
I don't even remember. It's just crazy. I can't even get a parking space.
Right.
Us talent types, you think we have our own spaces? No.
No, really?
This is breaking news for you.
Who does have their own parking space?
Probably just the bosses. Like your boss has the parking space. Our bosses have parking spaces.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So just
the actual people that bring in the dough don't have parking spaces.
Just the suits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that how it is in Kansas City? You
we're
have a
little
parking
different.
space.
We're a little different. We're just a little company, home-owned.
Impossible.
No, it's true. Home-owned. Our owners are like Brian McRae, Jeff Montgomery.
I love Brian
Trent
McRae.
Green.
He used to work for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, former baseball star.
Yes,
Brian
absolutely.
McRae. Good guy.
Chad, Kevin, there's a lot. They're all in-town guys.
Oh, that's really nice. So
Yeah.
it is sort of
Isn't that
like
cute?
family-oriented. It's
It
very
is.
cute.
That's why when you said camaraderie, we actually think we do have camaraderie compared to other.
Once again, good barometer
Yeah, you
of
like
what's
that?
going on.
Yeah. All right, we're talking to Linda Cohn here. The podcast again is called.
Listen closely to Linda Cohn. You can
Very nice.
download it on ESPN.com/PodCenter. You can follow me on Twitter at Linda Cohn. I interviewed Jerry Seinfeld today.
Oh, very
I
nice.
rode in an SUV with two-time Super Bowl champ Justin Tuck. And you can get a flavor of just why this is like no other podcast, because I just have fun and I'm very sarcastic. And I have a lot of people that love Peyton Manning hating me because I
really?
had the guts to go out on some limbs regarding
What'd you
Peyton
say?
Manning. Well, basically, I want him to lose.
Why do you want him to lose?
Because I'm an Eli Manning apologist.
Okay.
And so I want Eli to have more rings than Peyton. That's number one. Number
All right.
two, I enjoy and admire and I like looking at Tom Brady, and I don't want Peyton to jump over Tom in any way.
All right.
And I don't feel even if Peyton wins, he's going to be number one all time. I met Joe Montana yesterday. That was fabulous. I alerted him, don't worry, Joe. Even if Peyton wins, you're still number one in my book.
I like that.
So that's just 3 reasons why.
Okay. We're talking to Linda Cohn here in the program from ESPN.
But he's a funny guy, Peyton Manning, and he's going to have a fabulous career once he retires.
Oh, yes, he will.
Yes.
He will. In whatever he decides
And whatever he does, broadcast. Hey, he might be a future colleague of mine. I better be careful.
Yeah, trust me, every athlete is at some point.
That's
walks
right. Look at
through
Ray
there.
Lewis.
Linda, let me give you my final 4 quickies for you.
Okay,
four
go.
quick questions. You tell me the first thing. Your favorite team as a kid growing up? I think
Which
I know
sport?
this. Well, there's usually one that
Well,
stands
I'll
out.
give you 2. Giants for the NFL and the New York Rangers.
Okay,
for
I
hockey.
thought
Those are the 2.
Rangers. I
Yeah.
know you're a big hockey.
Huge.
That hockey's big for you. All right. Tell me, where'd you go to school? I actually don't know that.
High school or college?
College.
Oswego State, which is near Syracuse,
Yes, it
New
is.
York.
Yeah, very nice.
A lot of snow, fabulous, right on Lake Ontario. It's beautiful.
Okay. Were you surprised when ESPN rehired Keith Olbermann?
You know what? I didn't think about it. I'm sure that, you know why I'm
Good
not
answer.
surprised? For anybody, because a lot of people decide to leave ESPN thinking the grass is greener.
Right.
And guess what? Usually isn't.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
they come back. But you know what? I'm crazy. I'm loyal. If I would have left and come back, I probably would have made more money. But you know what? I stayed, and that's it. But the people that leave and come back, I think they're better off financially than me. So I wasn't surprised.
And then give me your pick on the game. Who wins?
Listen, I can't be a hypocrite. Even though the weather's going to be perfect for Peyton, I'm going to go with Seattle, like by 2 points.
Okay.
I just think they're going to find a way.
All right. Hey, a lot of people. It's a split game. It should be a lot of fun no matter what.
I hope so. We deserve a great. Well, we've had great games lately.
Yeah,
at the Super Bowl,
yeah,
so
it's been better.
I know, it's great. Hey, it was my pleasure.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you very much.
Awesome
Appreciate it.
job.
Pleasure.
Keep up the great work.
We will try. You do the same. Linda Cohn from ESPN joining us here in the program. We'll take a break, come back. It's Super Bowl Radio Row, Super Bowl